What's going on, YouTube? It's your girl, according to Jay Natisse, and I am back with Life After Lockup. I kind of gave up on y'all with Love After Lockup, but I was recovering from surgery, so I had to do what I had to do. But we are back fully with Life After Lockup. So without further ado, let's get into it. Kim and Joey, real quick, they're real easy. They didn't have too much, but Kim is gathering up some things for a garage sale because she needs to get some money because Joey been spending up all her money. Okay, um, and also she's trying to get a house. And Joey has stepped up. He is being daddy of the year. He's taking the boys to school and all that stuff. But we have a little secret that comes out. And Joey thinks that Kim's oldest son, who is 5, is his son. Um, he said that they hooked up in like 2018 or 2017, 2018, around the time that she got pregnant, but then she got with her ex-husband. So who knows? So they did the swab, and we'll find out if Joey is the pappy. Daniel and Bianca. Daniel's out of jail. We finally get to see Daniel for real, for real. Um, Bianca brings him to the apartment. It's a nice looking apartment, and they almost instantly they start going at it. Um, they kick the producers out, so we already know what happens. They got their little freak on, but so it's the next morning. Daniel's making breakfast. Daniel is like, "Oh, the sex was amazing." Bianca was like, "It was cool. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't the best." So something got crossed when they was doing the do where anyway. um then they start getting into it for some stupid reason because Bianca had a pot of coffee and she it was ready and she asked Daniel to get it and he said no, why don't you get it? Which yeah, Bianca, why don't you get it? She's like, well, you already made breakfast, so the least you can do is pour me a cup of coffee. Like, girl, it's literally sitting right there. But I don't know what it's gonna be like with them. And then she goes into the whole, do you know how much I've done for you? I've moved across the country and all that stuff. And that really triggers Daniel because he's like, why you gotta like do that? Just because I won't get you some coffee? Like, what's up with that? So, whatever. And we see Key Rock and Brittany. We haven't seen Key Rock and Brittany since the last Life After Lockup. And they're doing really, really good. They're moving. They're packing up, leaving Virginia and coming down to good old Houston, Texas. Those that know that is where I am at currently. This is where I live now. So they down here, y'all. And I wonder why I haven't seen them. I know I haven't seen them. Houston's mad big. And we'll see if they actually even get to move down. So they're packing and all that stuff. And Key Rock's like, I gotta go get the oil change because they gonna drive. And I did the drive from New Jersey to Houston. So I already know they in for a drive. But anyway, so they're going to get the oil change and all that stuff. And Key Rock gets a call. Key Rock gets a call from the parole board or whatever. And pretty much what they had to do, they had to send the request to the state of Texas. Virginia already approved for them to relocate, but they had to send the information to Texas. So Texas can approve it. And good old Texas hasn't approved it. So Key Rock and Brittany at this time cannot relocate. So obviously Key Rock is upset. He is going off with on this man. Like, how come this hasn't been approved? Like, what can I do? Brittany comes outside trying to calm Key Rock down. Key Rock is just not, he's obviously clearly he's upset and with good reason. but Brittany's trying to calm him down, talking to the officer or the parole board, whatever, whoever they was talking to. I missed it, my bad. Um, they did say they was gonna try to send an appeal to expedite things, but that could take anywhere from 30 days. Mind you, everybody got to be out their place because the whole family's coming down. Key Rock's mama, like the whole family coming down, and everybody's got to be out their place or already out their place. And they were talking about putting them in like a government something hotel. So that's pretty much what they're gonna have to do for right now. We'll see if they're able to relocate. So my current hairstyle is not a homage to Z. I just need a real retwist, real bad, and I just had to put it up so it doesn't look that crazy. I know it'll still look kind of crazy, but I just had to do what I had to do. But anyway, Z and her drawstring ponytail. We remember seeing her on Love After Lockup. Well, her and Troy are back for Life After Lockup. And she got a new hairstyle. She got her some knotless braids. And she looks a lot happier. Like she's smiling and all that stuff. She looks like a lot happier and all that. So I'm good. I'm happy for her. Um, they're still adjusting to living together. It's been 3 months at this time since Troy's been out of prison. But it's an exciting day because they are going to work. Now, if you remember, Z and Troy started up a nonprofit organization called Project Heal. Now, this offers mental health services for people that have been incarcerated and at risk youth. So, kudos to them, business owners. Hey. So they get to work and they meet the staff, which are the two therapists. But hey, you got to start somewhere. So again, kudos to them. You got to start somewhere. So she's showing him around and all that stuff. And then we see, well, of course, Z's like, I have a secret that I need to talk to Troy about. Bopty bopty boo. So they get home, get settled in, and Z admits to Troy that they are in a tough financial strain right now. She has not been paying the rent for where the organization is, and whoo, child, they about to get thrown out if she don't pay the rent. It's already been 2 months, so now Troy's upset because with that you got to pay your staff. She's like, I've only had enough to pay the staff, and once that run out, you already know the staff gonna peace out. However, Troy is Troy is clearly upset. They're arguing. Troy runs out the house and he's like, I need to get some money real quick. So he calls somebody and tells them to pick him up. Like, we already know Troy was in the street, so hopefully he's not doing that. I have a feeling it's either gonna be maybe his baby mama. We finna find out, but if it's the baby mama, remember I told you first. Okay, and we got Justine and Michael back. Justine and what's his rapper name? Montana Mills. They back. They back. They back. They're back. And they finally moved to Vegas. So they moved to Vegas from Pennsylvania with all them cheering. Remember, all together it's 8. They got the one together, and then I think Justine had 3 before, and then Mike had 4. So then there's together 8 kids. That's a lot of damn kids. And guess what, y'all? Justine pregnant again. They're getting a sonogram because Justine's at the point where she can know the sex of the baby. And they are having a boy, which is good because they just had the little girl together. And she is just the sweetest, cutest little thing. And she is only 6 months old. So they was getting it in. But the doctors talked to them because Justine has had right now with the new baby at this point 4 C-sections. She's had 4 C-sections, and they're just going over all the risk and all that stuff. And especially with her having this new baby so close after baby Manhattan, it's definitely double risky. So so they go on to talk about, after this, like no more kids. Like, and Justine doesn't want any more kids after that anyway. So they're talking about, either her getting the tubes tied. If she getting a C-section, you might as well tie them tubes up, girl. While they already open. That's what my mama did after she had my brother. She was like, done. Or might get a vasectomy. I say do both because y'all is just y'all both fertile. So y'all need to just every protect everybody. Okay. So again, they're still saying how risky the pregnancy is, and it seems like it's really risky for Justine. And they start talking all this stuff about, do you have a will? Like, what do you want done and all that stuff? And Justine really is saying she needs to make sure all that is down because God forbid something happens to her, her decision may not be what Mike wants to decide. Mike may want to keep her here. And Justine has opposite feelings. Like she's like, just let me go. If it gets that bad, just let me go. And Mike doesn't really want to hear that. And that's where their segment leaves off, kind of on a sour note, but this is the reality. And we have Teeny and Rob. If y'all remember Teeny and Rob for Love during Lockup, they're back for Life after Lockup. And Rob's been out of jail at this point for 6 weeks and he's finally moving on in. Um, they're putting up cameras. If you remember in Life during Lockup, they had cameras around the house while Rob was locked up. And I don't know if he was like the head in charge or what, because at that point, I guess because he had been in jail for like 16 years, they let Rob do whatever he wanted to do. He must have been at some type of minimum minimum security because he would talk to Teeny and her kids through the cameras and all that stuff. So Rob was big chilling. Anywho, Rob, he's moving in. Um, and they talk about in Life After Lockup, Rob told us that he had a tattoo of his ex portrait right here. Teeny never knew about it until he came home and she saw it. So gonna have to get that covered up, Rob. Anywho, Teeny is throwing Rob a welcome home party at this location, a rooftop location. It was a nice location. They're on their way there. Remember, Teeny has two kids. I think the boy is 9 and the girl is 13, somewhere around there. And they seem to be taking him really, really good. So that's what's up. Because these kids is like, most of the kids be like, who is you? And why are you in my house? We get to the party and folks is on CP time. They're concerned because at first they're like the only ones there until Teeny's mom shows up. Teeny's mom named Charlene. That's my mama's name. Hey, mama. So Teeny's mom shows up and then everybody else starts showing up. I think like a cousin and then Rob's mom shows up. If y'all remember, Teeny and Rob's mom do not get along. In Life After Lockup, she thought that Teeny was supposed to be providing for her, giving her money and all this stuff, and Teeny was not with it. So the family has a cute moment. The kids smash his welcome home cake in the face. It was cute. Then the kids go off, and Rob's mom has a conversation and she's just like, "Oh, I'm feeling some type of way, blah blah blah," and just throwing all this shade at Teeny. Poor Teeny, yo. Because Teeny tried. She did try. She was just like, what's the issue? Like, for real, what's the issue? And Rob's mom is just steady going, going, going. Like, if she's going, like, I'ma still be there when Teeny leave. Like, and then we find out that, Teeny was visiting Rob every weekend for, I forgot how long they've been together, but she was, I think 6 years, but she was visiting him every weekend. Was the mama? Nope. So Teeny is just like, I'm just gonna go up and get a drink. And Rob's mom was like, bye, see you later. Just throwing all this shade. And then Teeny finally is sick of it. And she just gets in her face like, what is your problem with me? And then they get the scrapping, y'all. I was like, not the mama and the dude in law scrapping. Y'all scrapping with y'all mama in laws? I'm no. We don't do that. That's it, y'all. We ended on the scrapping. So thank y'all so much for tuning in. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next video. Later.